Yes, indeed. Good evening, beautiful people of the world. I hope everybody is doing very well and is nice and warm here on the East Coast, where it is nipped down quite a bit. And I think it's going to get to 25 degrees Fahrenheit here tonight. So hope everybody is staying nice and warm. I am still waiting for Facebook Live to get going. For some reason, I don't know if anybody here has been having an issue with internet or technology, but it's been quite chugging along at a glacial pace today. So I'm just very happy that we're streaming now, which is fantastic. So actually, while we are still officially waiting for our counterparts on Facebook, please type in to the chat where you tuning in from, so we get a sense of where folks are calling in from. Oh, we see Colorado. Yeah, I'll bet y'all are cool too, for sure. No surprise there. Also, I want to acknowledge the eclipse that we have just had, and of course, one that is approaching. So we had a lunar eclipse a few days ago in the sign of Gemini, and on December 14th, we will have a solar eclipse. It's actually going to be a total solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius. And you'll be able to see it very well down in South America. And they're actually, I know, having a big event in Argentina for the eclipse, which I was very much considering going to, but of course now not, due to this kind of pandemic situation that we seem to be in. And either way, I'm wondering if y'all have been feeling some of the intensity of the lunar eclipses, especially lunar eclipses bring things to peak manifestations, or especially like emotionally can bring out some intense emotions. It's kind of like things bubbling up to the surface, because all lunar eclipses are specifically full moons, but extra powerful full moons. And all the eclipses also bring us to the crossroads. They bring us to these opportunities where we can pave a new path for ourselves, or we have the opportunity to do that. And also, eclipses are very much like resets or rebirths, because if you think about it, an eclipse, so the lunar eclipse that we just had, a lunar eclipse is when you have imagine this is the sun, I am the earth, and this is the moon, right? It's when it all lines up perfectly so that the light that normally illuminates the full moon is blocked perfectly by the earth, so it creates a shadow. Solar eclipse is a little bit different, as when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth. But regardless, there's light, whether it's the sun or the reflection of the sun off of the moon, and then that light is taken away. Or in lunar eclipses, it's really dimmed, but the light goes down or out, and then it comes back on. So you can think about that like a death and a rebirth. So it's very much an opportunity to let something go, many things go, and for new to come in, or to really, especially if you can really ride the dragon, as they call it, because in many cultures they refer to or associate eclipses with dragons. Like the dragon is eating the sun, is a classic solar eclipse analogy. But if you can harness the energy and really tap into your free will, these are really powerful, pivotal points where we can redirect the course of the momentum of our lives. So highly recommend over these next several weeks to really be on alert for these moments of crossroads, for these opportunities that will present themselves to you, sometimes in ways that you expect, but most of the time in ways that you just don't expect. So anyways, something to consider also, should you know where you have Gemini in your birth chart, which house you have Gemini in, that is where we're going to see, you will likely see a lot of peak action unfolding over the next 6 months with this eclipse, and coming up on the 14th in Sagittarius, that's also going to activate that house for you. And if you don't know what in the world are these houses anyways, you need to contact an astrologer, especially at this time of global transformation and eclipses and whatnot. So I will leave it at that. Welcome, Colorado friends. Welcome, Australia friends. And welcome, Virginia friends. Okay, cool. So let us dive into the meditation. So, and by the way, if anybody is new, I want to acknowledge that my name is Nick Lasky, and I am a professional psychic and astrologer based here in Richmond, Virginia. And I'm very happy to be leading these weekly guided meditations since the beginning of the pandemic. So let us dive in. So what we want to do is start off by really relaxing. Really bring yourself into a relaxed position, and LA friends, and allow yourself to slow everything down. If you want to wiggle a little bit, you want to shake, you need to get out any tension or stress or tightness, go ahead and do that. And allow yourself to settle in to a comfortable resting position. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths together. So breathing in through the nose, a big breath in, and a big open mouth exhale, letting go of any tension, breathing in and exhaling. One more time, breathing in and letting go of any tension. Now with your eyes closed, gazing inward, allowing yourself in this moment of time to profoundly relax, to let go of the need to solve any of your problems, to worry about anything, to figure anything out, anything that you need to do. Imagine that you take all of that stuff and place it into a file cabinet. And then imagine that you lock that file cabinet with a key, and then you throw the key into a lake. And the magical powers of the lake will bring this key back to you at the conclusion of this meditation. So you can re-access all the things, the mental energies and focuses and problems and things that you need to sort out. But right now, it's locked away. The key will come back at the end of the meditation. So be it. So let's go a little bit deeper now into cultivating our presence. So I'll begin to count down from 10 to 0. When I reach 0, you will be profoundly relaxed, and you will be deeply, deeply aware, very observant, and very relaxed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And for a few moments of time in this relaxed state, observing your breath, observing this moment of pause. And allowing yourself to really enjoy this pause, to really savor it. Whatever has been the stream of momentum that brought you to this moment, allow yourself to let that go too, and fully enjoy this moment. That you are alive, that you are breathing, that you are healthy. Allowing yourself now to feel warm. And imaging in this moment of time, whether it is bright and sunny outside or whether it's dark, use your imagination to see a brilliant golden sun. An image that this sun is illuminating your body, your being. And for a few moments of time, receive the light of the sun into your body, into your chakras, feeling yourself becoming renewed. Taking a few moments to enjoy the light of the sun, simply to enjoy it. Allowing yourself to be filled completely with light. And all the while you feel yourself grounded on the earth in whatever way you desire. If you like to send an energy line or root system down into the earth, feeling yourself connected to the earth, just free, and then receiving the light of the sun. Energy. Breathing profoundly once again. Imaging now that the light that flows from the sun and then fills you up begins now to radiate from you. So you receive the light from the sun, and then that light is emanating outward now in all directions, filling the room that you are in, filling the house, the building that you are in. The light now fills the neighborhood, the surrounding area. Quickly the light grows to fill the entirety of your city or county or village. In the next moment, the light grows to fill the entirety of the state or the province that you are in, or the region. With another profound breath, the light grows to fill the entirety of the country that you are currently in. And as you breathe profoundly, you observe the light as it totally fills the planet. Imaging the sunlight as it continues to radiate through you, and then that light that has now filled the entirety of the planet comes from you and the sun. So for a few moments of time, breathe profoundly and let the light do the work. And in the next moment, connecting now to the greater grid of practitioners, meditators, those that do work on behalf of all of humanity, all sentient beings. Seeing them as bright lights all over the planet and becoming an interconnected and interwoven grid of light. And in the next moment of time, we'll begin to offer particular intentions and blessings outward to the grid, outward to humanity, to the earth. So allow yourself to be a conduit to receive the intention through yourself and then emanate it, radiate it outward to humanity. So first, as we breathe profoundly, let us call upon great wisdom at this time. Let each of us invite wisdom into our lives, and let us invite wisdom to come to the earth and to humanity at this time. Breathing profoundly. In the next moment, inviting calmness within yourself and then outward to humanity. Breathing profoundly. Inviting now the spirit of compassion. Inviting compassion to flow through you and then to emanate from you like light outward to the grid, to humanity. Breathing profoundly to compassion. And let us now invite the spirit of forgiveness. Breathe profoundly as you acknowledge your forgiving heart. And then invite the spirit of forgiveness to come to humanity. And let us call upon love. Let us invite the warm, flowing energy of love. If you can remember a moment today, this week, this month, this year where you felt profound sense of love, go ahead and do so. And then with a profound breath, emanate that love outward to humanity. And let us call upon those healing spirits. Let us call now into ourselves and to emanate outwards great and profound health. Health of mind, health of body, health of heart, spirit, profound, robust health in all forms. And at this time, if you have a particular intention or blessing or prayer that you would like to offer humanity, the grid at this time, go ahead and do so. And once again, breathing profoundly now, 3 times. As you let the energy for a few moments do the work. And gently, gently now, letting the visualization go, slowly beginning to bring your awareness back into your physical body, coming back into full awareness into the space. And I'll give a count from 1 to 10. And when I reach 10, you may gently open your eyes, find yourself awake and alert in the space. 1, 2, 3, beginning now to stretch, to adjust yourself, slowly coming back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, taking a final deep breath in. 9 and 10. And welcome back, folks, as you are coming back here into awareness in the physical plane. I invite you to sit back, relax, put your tray tables up, and enjoy this little excerpt from a Jerome program called the Spiritual Law of Kundalini. Jerome is a channel teacher that I study with, an enlightened presence. And of course, we have been sharing a few paragraphs each session at the end. So while you soak it up, I will go ahead and start reading where we left off. Okay. And let me just also say this. We had just finished distinguishing Kundalini. By the way, if you don't know what Kundalini is, it's the spiritual life force energy that flows through all living beings. But we just distinguished Kundalini with a lowercase k and Kundalini with an uppercase k. Uppercase Kundalini is what you would typically consider Kundalini. And yes, the intelligence of the energy of Kundalini directed into one pointed attention. Okay, we'll get to lowercase k Kundalini a bit. The next point is very subtle. Try to follow. When you are breathing, there is an inhale and then there is an exhale. We miss something, however. There is a moment when the inhale and the exhale are not. The breath is neither moving in nor out. That moment is called stillness. And if you imagine the reality of the breath as a spiral moving in and out of your body, in the same way that you image a twirling top on a table that has an axis, a vertical axis, at its absolute center, that is completely still, then you'll understand that still moment between inhalation and exhalation. There is a pause. It only seems like a pause that happens to you because you are following the sporadic movement of the breath, rather than experiencing that it is the very pulse of life that is being emulated in your own individual existence. Here is the subtle point. As universal Kundalini descends into form, which is you, and descends in its involution through the chakras and the seals and arrives at the dense wall of the root, which symbolizes the most contracted density, the most contracted energy of your being, and it bounces up, it does so in the universal sense more quickly than an inhale and an exhale in your personal experience. So that if Buddha is observing from the point of eternity your birth, your life, your death, then in the eternal reference of a Buddha, something inhaled and something exhaled. Well, that's just about how fast life is, folks. And what you are experiencing in this field that we are playing with you, the field of time and space and its illusion of motion, that when the universal Kundalini descends, there is a moment in the context of eternity that is like the moment between your inhale and exhale. An entire spiritual science has been developed upon this moment, and I've called it the coiled spiral, the 3.5 winds of the potential Kundalini that lives in the root. That 3.5 coil is only the pause that to your reality is a lifetime, called an incarnation into dense matter. But to the eyes of a Buddha, a master, a Christ, in the context of eternity, that inhale and exhale that is called your life happens before the eye can blink within the context of eternity. Well, and what were those problems you thought you had exactly? So, very interesting to contemplate ourselves and our existence in terms of cosmic time. So, I'll just leave y'all to dive into it. So, once again, I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. I hope y'all are staying warm and safe and healthy and doing really well. And I miss seeing so many folks in person. So I also want to remind folks that tomorrow night I have an astrology class on Zoom on inner planet transits. And then next week we're doing outer planet transits. But if you're curious to learn more about astrology, go to aquarianbookshop.com. Check it out. And otherwise, I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of your evening. Enjoy this eclipse season that we're in. Ride the waves, so to speak. And yes, and I can't wait for a grand celebration in person when that day comes once again. All right, everybody. See y'all. Have a great night.